Meet the YouTube Whisperers, a booming class of advisors behind MrBeast and other million-dollar. The leverage shift starts now. Here is the signal that separates noise from actionable change. We will map trigger, incentive shift, and downstream impact before the close. They don't create content. They don't own channels. They advise the creators who do, and that business just became a $2 billion industry. MrBeast didn't build his empire alone. Neither did any of the top 100 creators on YouTube. Behind every massive channel is a team of strategists, editors, thumbnail designers, and algorithm specialists. These are the YouTube Whisperers. And they're rewriting how creator success actually works. Let's start with what changed. 5 years ago, a creator could succeed with raw talent and consistency. Upload twice a week, understand your niche, and growth would follow. That era is over. The algorithmic complexity of YouTube, retention curves, click-through rates, audience retention at specific timestamps, thumbnail psychology, hook timing, has become so sophisticated that independent creators competing at scale now need specialist advisors. Not mentors. Not friends. Full-time, paid strategists. That's the signal. And it's massive because it means the creator economy just bifurcated into two classes, creators who can afford consultants, and creators who can't. The gap between them is no longer a few months of grinding. It's now measured in millions of dollars annually. Here's the concrete implication. A top-tier YouTube advisor, someone who specializes in hook engineering, retention optimization, and audience psychology, can charge between $50,000 and $500,000 per month depending on the creator's revenue scale. MrBeast's team alone reportedly includes over 50 people, many of them specialized advisors earning 6 or 7 figures annually. That's not an outlier. That's the new baseline for channels making 8 figures a year. But here's what makes this instructive: these advisors aren't just optimizing existing content. They're engineering the entire content production pipeline. They're involved in ideation, script structure, thumbnail iterations, thumbnail A/B testing before upload, and post-publication performance analysis. They're telling creators which types of hooks convert, which story arcs retain viewers past 50%, which thumbnail colors and fonts drive clicks in specific demographics. They're not consultants. They're co-architects. Take thumbnail design alone. A single thumbnail revision can shift a video's click-through rate from 4% to 8%. On a channel pulling 50 million monthly views, that's the difference between $100,000 and $200,000 in monthly revenue. One image. That's why thumbnail specialists now charge $5,000 to $15,000 per thumbnail, and top creators commission 20 to 40 thumbnails a month for testing. The math is straightforward: spend $100,000 on thumbnail optimization, gain $500,000 in incremental revenue. Now, the contrarian angle: this trend actually democratizes success for creators who can't afford these advisors. Here's why. As more creators hire specialists, those specialists develop playbooks and frameworks that eventually get cheaper and more commodified. 5 years ago, hiring a YouTube strategist cost $100,000 annually. Today, you can hire a competent one for $30,000 to $50,000. In another 5 years, AI-powered optimization tools will replace 60% of this advisory work. The tools are already emerging: automated hook testing, AI-generated thumbnail variants, retention prediction models. So while the gap widens today, it's structurally temporary. What changes next is the real story. 3 forces are colliding. First, the supply of advisors is exploding. Every growth marketer, former YouTube employee, and successful creator is now positioning themselves as a consultant. That supply surge will compress margins. Second, AI is automating the lower-tier advisory work: thumbnail generation, script analysis, retention forecasting. That means only truly differentiated strategists will command premium rates. Third, and most important, the creators who succeed without advisors will be those who build systems and communities first, then optimize second. The future belongs to creators who own their audience through email, Discord, or external platforms, not just YouTube view counts. For Indian creators specifically, this opens a significant opportunity. The cost of hiring a top YouTube advisor is still prohibitive in INR terms, 40 Indian rupees to 50 Indian rupees lakhs annually, but the ROI is extraordinary if your channel is already hitting 5 million monthly views. More practically, Indian creators can now hire fractional advisors through platforms like Upwork or Fancy, getting 10 to 15 hours per month of strategic consultation for 1 Indian rupee to 2 lakhs per month. That's the entry point. And it's why the next wave of Indian creators, in education, finance, gaming, and entertainment, will use this model to scale faster than previous cohorts. The global systems angle is equally important. YouTube's algorithm has become so complex that human intuition alone can't compete with specialized expertise. That's why every platform, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, is now spawning its own advisory industry. The bigger insight: platforms that are too algorithmically opaque create markets for external interpreters and advisors. That's a feature of platform maturity, not a bug. And it means the next generation of creator success won't be about talent. It'll be about access to expertise. Here's what to monitor in the next 30 days. Watch whether any of the top creators release behind-the-scenes content about their advisory teams. If they do, that normalizes the model and accelerates adoption. Second, monitor whether YouTube itself starts certifying advisors or creating official consulting partnerships. That would formalize the industry and give smaller advisors legitimacy. Third, watch the pricing. If top advisors are still charging $50,000 to $100,000 per month in 6 months, the market is undersupplied. If pricing drops 20 to 30%, consolidation is beginning. That shift matters because it determines whether this becomes a sustainable career path or a temporary arbitrage opportunity. The final implication: if you're a creator right now, you have a 3-year window where hiring an advisor is still a competitive advantage. After that, it becomes table stakes. After that, everyone will have one, and the differentiation moves to the quality of the advisor and the leverage of your community outside the platform. Get ahead of that shift now. This is worth paying attention to. The person behind MrBeast's success isn't MrBeast.